Welcome back and thank you for joining us once again. The Rivers State Governor wike apparently reacting to the Edo Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu's comment in the interview said Mr. Shibu was being ungrateful to the People's Democratic Party (PDP), which offered him and Governor Winston Obaseki a platform to contest and win their second term in 2020 after they were buried by their former party, the All Progressive Congress (APC), from contesting the party governorship primaries in Edo State. Mr. Obaseki came out in defense of Mr. Sheibu. He told Mr. Wike clearly that the PDP was not his personal property and that, though we, he said, don't accept political bullies and overlords, prompting Mr. Wike to fire back at him, calling him a tyrant in PDP. Alright, my people, onto this, we understood that you have concluded plans to leave PDP, as he said, back to APC. How true is that? Mr. Shaibu, for me as Philip Shaibu, I have no plans now to leave, but for Philip Shaibu and his followers and followers of Obaseki that left APC to PDP, they all plan to leave PDP, but to where? For now, I don't know. We feel not accepted in PDP. That is the reason we are currently and actually thinking it is time to leave. But the truth is, the governor had been appealing, and you can see from yesterday's meeting, some of us we are not happy with the governor's statement that he not having or leaving PDP. So, for some of us, we felt we left APC because of the governor, not because we wanted to join PDP. We left APC because of the operation that APC National Chairman Adams Oshomole meted on the governor, and for some of us that hated operation, we decided to jettison our relationship with the godfather to follow the governor to PDP. Having escalated him, Obaseki, therefore, we have not been accepted into PDP. For us, we are now telling the governor it is either now or we leave. All right, Governor Obaseki have been your principal, and you have been working with him for 5 years or so now. It is possible that you leave him in the PDP and go to another party. It is possible that we see Governor Obaseki in the PDP and Philip Shaibu, the deputy governor, in another political party. Is that a possibility? Because the governor has said he is not leaving. Well, Mr. Shaibu, who was followed the governor because of operation, like I said, and we escorted him not because some of us wanted to join PDP. We are PDP now, and we accept that we are integrated, And when I said we are, or it is not just Philip Shabu, I am talking about Anselm Ajazua and the State Working Committee, World Chairman and the Executive and the leaders of the APC then, and all the well-wishers that left to join PDP because of Obaseki. We have been meeting and we have said we need to be integrated. Anselm Ajazua regained his membership as chairman of the state APC. The world chairman resigned and regained other executive resigned to join PDP as I speak. They have not been integrated. We are talking about harmonization, and they have refused to harmonize. And for some of us, that means they are not welcome to PDP. Then you, or when you are talking, don't just limit it to Philip Shaibu. It is not about Philip Shaibu. It is about all of us. And like I said, I hate operation. My good people, the People Democratic Party says that they gave you a platform to win election, and you came and you sort of pushed everyone aside, brought in your structure and used the exercising structure to win election without proper recognizing those who have helped swear in the party over the years. The party was strong enough for you to recognize it, use it to win the election. These are some of the issues that the PDP raised against the leadership of Governor Obaseki and yourself in the PDP. Mr. Shaibu was not, we are not saying dismantle and the drive out everybody and accept us. We are talking or saying create room for X, just as we or you have done in the appointment in the government. We created space for the old PDP that we met. They are missionaries as I speak. In my local government, they have one slot. In Edo North, they have one slot. We are, and so we are saying create the same opportunity for some of these our people. We are not saying all, but some of these are people that resigned their executive oppositions, resigned their membership, give them some slot in PDP. I see myself alone in PDP and I took left and right. I'm not seeing the guys and ask us to move to PDP. They are not being accommodated. It is not about Philip Shaibu. Don't limit it to Philip Shaibu. My good people, can you see or tell us who the people are? When we are they, where are they? Who are the who are they and what we are referring to? Can you mention the names? Who are these people that you are talking about, Mr. Shaibu? If I want to mention some or names, I will. So the national, because at the state level we have harmonized. We had a harmonized list as we speak at the state. Old PDP and new PDP harmonized list. That list needs to be ratified by the national, and the national have not ratified that list. Election are coming. Some of us, meanwhile, people have ambition. Some want to contest for the House of Assembly. Some want to go for House of Representative reps and the rest. Who do you or who do they go to? It is the harmonized or the old PDP. As we speak, we don't even know where to go. We need the national executive of PDP to come and resolve these issues, and they have been moving the goal post from one end to the another. And very soon, electioneering will start. So for us, we are tired of these games. We want to know the harmonized list. It is the one we are following. Let's cheerfully and clearly this. Let's clarify this. Sir, it is the national chairman that is in the way of the zonal leadership of the party in the South, because if you say locally you don't have a problem, then we need to know where the problem is coming from. Mr. Shaibu, as I said, I would not want to blame it on the national chairman, but I also will blame him because the issues are before him since he took over leadership, and he has not called for a meeting to resolve the Edo PDP crisis. My good people, this crisis has been there for long, and we expect that the chairman and his executive would have settled down to look at Edo and to resolve the issues in Edo, and he has not called. So, partly, I would say the chairman and his executives. If you were blaming the present structure, there will be a question. This crisis has been lingering even before the National Convention, which brought Iyacha Awo. Mr. Shaibu, I said partly I would blame the national chairman presently because we say we should allow him to settle down. And I'm sure he has finally and fully settled. And we expected that by now this issue would have been resolved. And that is why I said partly I would blame the present leadership, because we expected that Edo would have been one of these or one of those vexed areas that they will resolve. But up till now, there is no forward. We have been hearing the national chairman is coming. The governor has been assuring us the national chairman is coming. Last week he told us he is coming. This week again he said he's coming. I can't tell you the pressure or the pressure is much, and for me, I'm not used to putting or keeping quiet when my people are not happy, because politics is about people, not an individual. Meanwhile, I would like you to also clarify this. There was an arrangement when you and the governor were moving to PDP for the purpose of winning an election, and there was an agreement on the sharing formula, the position, and the structure of the party. What was that structure that you agreed on, Mr. Shaibu? There were not a meeting that I know I attended. There was no discussion on where and how things will be shared, because don't forget that as at the time we came in, everything we just fast. So after the election, that was when the governor now called everybody and said, now that we have won the election, now there is need to integrate, because there was no time for all this integration thing. And that was when the issue of harmonization came. But unfortunately, the then leadership could not finish before the convention, and we were told after the convention all the issues of harmonization will take place. And as we speak, nothing has happened. So there was no clear cut definition of what was going to happen in terms of party position, in terms of appointment. On our own, we feel we met some persons in PDP. We cannot drive them out, but we are saying some people resign as state chairman. 95% of APC executive moved to PDP, and we are saying give them some slot, just like we did in the appointment. The accusation is that you and the governor are not accommodating people that you met in PDP. People have made an illusion that you came to another party's home and they fed you, and after you went to chase them from the house. That is the allegation that they are making. That in fact you are the one that is pushing them out. For example, where does this leaves the former chairman of the PDP in Edo State? Where do you go from here? Mr. Shaibu Tony Azabomi in the chairman of PDP in Edo State, and he's still the chairman. We have no issues about him, and there is no contest about that. He is the state chairman, and there are other positions that are there, and we look at the harmonized list. The old PDP are still having majority of party executive. The new PDP are having just a few, and they are refusing those few, and even those that we give commissioners, they we brought old PDP to replace those that we are giving commissioners. We are ready to coexist, but we are saying to coexist, to give some space to some of the people that asked that we should join PDP and regain their appointment. It is not about what we want to drive everybody. No, we are not driving anybody. We want more people. As we speak, we are doing registration. We have registered over 500,000 people in PDP. Some, and so we are want to really blackmail. Why they say you want to leave the party? It is not about leaving the party, but we are saying we want to be a member of PDP in full. And if there is no space for us, don't forget that there are many political parties. So when they want to blackmail, they say you want to leave the party. It is not about leaving the party, but we said we want to be a member of PDP. My good people, A lot have really been said, and this has been a deputy governor's interview that got Wike really angry. And the chairman interview was conducted by the television station's reporter Seun Akimbaloye. The River State Governor Nwesom Wike apparently reacting to the Edo Deputy Governor Phillips Shaibu's comment on the interview that have really made Nwesom Wike reacted. As he said, Mr. Shaibu was being ungrateful to the People's Democratic Party, which offered him and the other and of Governor Godwin Obaseki a platform to contest and win their second term in 2020, and that really got Nwesom Wike reacted, as that has made him so angry, and the lots have really been said. Without wasting much of your time, my good people, all right, let me have your take on this. Do well to send them and then to subscribe for more updates. Thank you and welcome back.